Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. And when I say welcome to Tree Leaf, from the bottom of my heart, I mean welcome to Tree Leaf. Welcome to this Sangha, which is a group of people, friends, fellow spiritual travelers who support each other, who encourage each other to do what needs to be done, to sit each day and apply the beautiful teachings of Buddhism in this life. It is a place where teachers teach students and where students teach teachers, and where we share, we cry, we smile together, we laugh together, we support each other, open to each other at some of the most difficult times of life. You know, we began Tree Leaf 3 years ago, and since that time, many of the same faces are still here. Some other people come and go, but there are people who have been there from the beginning, each day, through times of health, times of sickness, through marriage, through divorce, through life's ups and downs, which is what this practice is about. And we've found contact, intimacy. We've knocked down barriers. We've gone beyond distance. Some of our members are in countries scattered thousands of miles apart, but our hearts are open and one. You see, this practice is about contact. It is about knocking down barriers, knocking down walls. For where do those barriers and walls exist? It's a basic Buddhist teaching, but nowhere but here. The separation is nowhere but here. The thing that keeps you apart from this life, from this world, from your fellow beings, those barriers, those walls are here. You know, Buddhism is about contact, about intimacy, about going beyond separation to find that which has never been apart from the start. You and the world. Buddhism is about knowing that you and the world have never been apart. Oh, we judge the world, we push life away, we reject the parts of life we do not like, we are afraid of life, we run from life. This world we judge as not the way we wish, and we learn that these barriers, these walls are here, and in a moment of zazen, they can be gone. The separation is gone, the resistance is gone, and there is union. There is peace. I mean peace and one piece. You and the world and life are of one piece. The walls are knocked down, the barriers are knocked down. And we find that the barriers that separate us from the stars and the mountains and the grass and all this world, we're just here all along, can be brought down. And so it is with the barriers that separate people from each other. You know, our Sangha may be called by some as virtual, but it's real. And this world that some people think of as real, said the Buddha, it is filled with delusion. And let me tell you too, a basic fundamental Buddhist teaching that any Buddhist teacher must tell you is this world is virtual. It's created here more than you know. Your sense of self is created here more than you know. Light coming in the eyes, sound coming in the ears is made into an image that you think is the world, the lover that you hold, the person you've been married to for 30 years, they exist as an image here that you judge, that you add to. Well, I don't want to get too much into something so complex. I just want to say that it's in this same place that the barriers, the divisions, the separation can come down. And we can find intimacy and union and one sentient being and another sentient being as one. We push the world away here. You know, our Sangha was started from my experience going to Sanghas which met in buildings, which people drove to. And unfortunately, what I saw is that many of those people could only come once a week. And most of that time was spent sitting. There would be greetings. There would be a teacher who spoke, usually in a one-way monologue. There would be a few questions. And then people would get back in their cars and drive home. Some of those people became sick. Some became elderly and they could no longer come. They could no longer drive. They could no longer get there, and they were cut off from the community. I asked if there was a way around that, a way to knock down those walls. And in our Sangha, we found a way for people to be together each day, no matter where they are, no matter what time it is. There's always someone there. They can sit together. They can even sit together seeing each other. We have rooms now, and I tell you, in a few years it's going to be a 3D hologram where we're all sitting together. No matter where we are in the world, we're all sitting together. And the only separation, the only barriers will be here. I have sat in session for a week next to someone in silence, an inch apart, and we were in silence. And I did not know the person. I could not even say hello. I could not even say, how are you? Yet we found union in the sitting, dropping barriers, the camaraderie. How much more so in a place where we can sit together each day, share each day, encourage each other, learn from these teachings. You see this? This is a clay statue of the Buddha. You have never met the Buddha. He lived 2,500 years ago. His words are reduced to ink on paper, things you've heard secondhand. Yet, in this practice, do we not know the Buddha? Do we not know all the ancestors? By a moment of sitting, by encouraging ourselves in this practice, the time separation is gone. The distance that separates us from ancient India, China, forgotten. What are national borders? Master Dogen said, you do not need to cross dusty borders to find these teachings. Well, you don't even need to walk across the street. It is right here. For the first time in history, we have knocked down monastery walls. It used to be you had to find these teachings in a monastery. Now, for the first time in history, you have access to the teachers, to the writings, to the wisdom, to the zafu, right here. And our place of practice is no longer the monastery. It's in your kitchen, in the workplace, in your driving the bus you drive. This is our place of practice. The separation is gone. The division is gone. It's all right here. Don't let anyone tell you that there are barriers. The barriers are of their own making. The walls are of their own making. Right here. Let us sit with that.